Groovy English Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to Groovy English Podcast. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Aiden. This is the podcast where we help you improve your mental well-being while also learning English naturally through real conversations.
And today we're talking about overthinking. You know, that thing where your brain just won't stop thinking.
Yep, like when you send a text and suddenly your brain is like, wait, should I have added a smiley face? Did that sound too serious? Are they mad at me?
Oh my gosh, I do that all the time. Or when you say something in a meeting and later you're like, why did I say that? Was that dumb? Should I have phrased it differently?
We've all been there. Overthinking can be exhausting, and it can actually mess with your mood, your confidence, and even your sleep.
So today, we're going to talk about why we overthink, how to stop it, and some practical tips you can start using right away.
Okay, so let's start with the big question. Why do we overthink?
Well, I think part of it is that we just want to get things right. We don't want to make mistakes, or we worry about how people see us.
Yeah, exactly. Our brains are literally designed to solve problems. But sometimes, instead of solving them, we just keep thinking about them.
It's like our brain is a web browser with 50 tabs open, and they're all buffering at the same time.
That is such a perfect way to put it. And sometimes, those tabs are just things we can't control, like worrying about what someone might think or what could go wrong.
Oh, and let's not forget social media. I feel like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok makes overthinking worse. You see all these perfect posts, and suddenly you're like, wait, am I doing life wrong?
Yes, comparing yourself to others is a fast track to overthinking.
All right, let's talk about solutions. If you're someone who overthinks a lot, what can you do?
First tip, write it down. When you put your thoughts on paper, it actually helps your brain process them differently. Instead of replaying them in your head, you can see them, and suddenly, they don't feel as big.
Love that. And another thing that works for me, the 5-5-5 rule. If I catch myself spiraling, I ask, will this matter in 5 days, 5 months, 5 years? And usually, nope, it won't.
That's such a good way to put things in perspective. Another thing I try is giving myself a worry window. Like, if I can't stop thinking about something, I tell myself, okay, you have 10 minutes to overthink all you want. Go for it. And when time's up, I move on.
Ooh, I like that. It's like you're training your brain to set limits on overthinking.
Exactly. And let's not forget taking action. A lot of overthinking happens because we're stuck in what-ifs. So if I catch myself overthinking a decision, I set a deadline and just make the choice.
Yes, because half the time, once you finally make the decision, you realize, oh, that wasn't a big deal at all.
All right, so we've covered the basics, writing things down, setting time limits, and taking action. But let's take it a step further. What about those trickier thoughts?
Oh, you mean the ones like, what if they don't like me? Or what if I upset someone by saying no?
Exactly. Let's talk about separating yourself from your thoughts. Because here's the truth. Just because your brain thinks something doesn't mean it's true.
Oof, that's a big one. Like, when you assume someone is mad at you just because they didn't reply to your text right away, when really, they're probably just busy.
Yes, that's called cognitive distortion. Our brains fill in the blanks with worst-case scenarios, even when there's no proof.
So here's the hack. Next time you catch yourself making up a negative story, pause and ask yourself, do I have actual evidence for this?
Love that. Another big one? Other people's opinions are not your responsibility.
Oh yes, so many of us overthink because we're worried about what others might think of us. But honestly, most people aren't even thinking about you as much as you think they are.
Right? Everyone's too busy overthinking their own lives. If someone doesn't like you, that's their thing, not yours. You don't have to fix it.
And that applies to saying no too. A lot of us overthink because we don't want to disappoint people, but saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you have boundaries.
If someone gets upset because you set a boundary, that's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them.
That's deep. Another thing that's helped me, distancing myself from my thoughts. Like, instead of saying I'm overthinking, I say, my brain is having an overthinking moment. It sounds small, but it creates a little space between you and the thought.
I love that. Because you are not your thoughts. You can observe them without letting them control you.
Exactly. Overthinking isn't a personality trait. It's a habit. And the good news, you can unlearn it.
Hey everyone, it's Emma. Now let's go over some useful English phrases from the episode. Going in circles. This means thinking about the same thing over and over without making progress. Example, I kept going in circles about what to wear to the party. Break the cycle. This means stopping a negative habit. Example, I had to break the cycle of overthinking and just make a decision. Spiraling. This means getting stuck in a loop of negative thoughts. Example, after I made a mistake at work, I started spiraling and convinced myself I'd get fired. Set limits. This means creating boundaries for something. Example, I set limits on how much time I spend worrying, so I don't overthink everything. Put things in perspective. This means looking at the bigger picture. Example, the 5-5-5 rule helps me put things in perspective when I start overthinking. Try using these phrases in your daily conversations. And if today's topic resonated with you, let us know in the comments. What's something you overthink about?
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow the podcast and share it with a friend.
And don't forget, you're in control of your thoughts, not the other way around.
See you next time.